We're here in Bruntingthorpe today. Where on earth is that, I hear you ask? Well, it's actually halfway up the country in Leicestershire. We've come up here today because we think that there's something that we feel we need to share with you. Today we've come up to have a look at an international living history fair, which is run by an organisation called Pike and Shot. We'll be having a chat with Dave, the organiser, a little bit later on. He's gathered together lots of traders from, well, across all the eras. That's pretty much what it's about here. I mean, I think I've seen a few Romans wandering around, but I think actually today we are going to try and wander around because it's a fairly civilised, quiet environment, and have a chat with some of the stall holders. People who do sort of 40s, 50s vintage stuff are quite often looking for originals. But obviously once you start going back a couple of hundred years, certainly as far as clothing goes, even if you do manage to pick up something that is original, it's probably going to be far too delicate to actually have any fun in. So this is where all the reenactors go to get their stuff. It's obviously a lot cheaper because it's all reproduction, but within that, just as good as the original. Okay, with me now is Joanna Tyrell, who trades under the name of Embellished. Hello.
Hello.
So you're one of the traders at this lovely market.
I am.
And you're covering what period of item?
The buttons start from around about 1580, taken from effigies and portraits. The main stock of buttons run from about 1620 through to 1915, start of the First World War. And we cover most periods in between. It's only really a part of the Victoria's reign where thread buttons appeared to die out from the archaeological record, so obviously we can't cover those.
You are such an expert on this subject, aren't you?
I am a geek, I have no life. When somebody starts reenacting, obviously it's important to get the costume right.
Yeah.
But as you stay in reenacting for longer and longer, you start to wonder about how to solve the storage problems of, say, carrying keys or perhaps money or mobile phones.
Well, the dreaded
perish
phone,
the word.
yes.
And items such as pockets, reticules, pocketbooks can solve that storage issue whilst maintaining a completely authentic look. But the thing with buttons, particularly the thread buttons, is that very few of them have survived the archaeological record, but the brass rings that many of them were wound around have survived, but it was not immediately apparent what the rings were for. But in the context of a button, they do make sense. Some of them work around felted wool cords, particularly earlier buttons are. So for example, a Dorset knot button is worked around a felted core and takes on the shape of an acorn. A mite button is worked around a ring of thread and was actually based on the reverse side of the Hebrew coin, the mite.
Oh, okay.
And it's in size-wise, it's actually quite a small button, and it's maybe just under a centimetre across, so they're quite small.
Good luck with your stall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now with me is Charlotte Rain, and you're producing corsetry from, sorry, which periods again?
From the late 1500s, from the Elizabethan time up to Edwardian at the moment, but as the demand's growing, looking to do more into 1920s and 1940s corsetry and underwear as well.
Okay, so there must be quite a lot of technology changes in that period. I mean,
very much so. You start off with very early corsets using whalebone and reed. Obviously whalebone isn't widely available now, but we use synthetic whalebone to mimic that. As it progresses, as it goes later on into the Victorian era, you get mass production and you start to get the invention of spiral steels and flat steel bones, a lot stronger with metal eyelets.
right. So now you see, because initially when I see your stall I think, corsetry, there's a lady sitting at home with a sewing machine. But now I'm thinking, no, actually, there's some big industrial press and some nasty metalworking tools.
There's a different side of it. You see the finished delicate item, but you have a bit of hardware, lots of heavy duty pliers and presses for the eyelets and so on. But then with the earlier corsets, it's sitting down with a lot of hand sewing to mimic the ones of that time.
Yeah, okay. So an internet search If we get Charlotte Rain here, yes, you can get the spelling, lovely, then they'll be able to find you, and they
Yeah,
can
that's right.
purchase standard items or contact you if they need something specific.
Yeah, there's a full range available online. People can shop online, or if they want something made to measure or made in a particular fabric, they can just contact me directly.
Okay.
And
Now, I must admit, a lot of these people, or a lot of the people that we kind of bump into, find that there's generally an event. So if someone's thinking, this is the event, I need my courses,
yes.
how long before are they going to need to contact you to make
They need to
sure they've got it?
contact me 6 to 8 weeks before,
6 to 8 weeks.
because they take a good couple of days to make, and need to spend some time just liaising with the customer, making sure they've got exactly what they want. When there are stock items available, they can go to the website and they'll be listed there, so they can buy them straight away.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Right, Charlotte, thank you very much
Thank
for
you
your
very
time.
much.
I hope you make lots of profit here today.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Now joining me is Christina. Hello.
Hi.
And sorry, I can't pronounce this. Could you pronounce the company name for me?
Yeah, it's Nelenia Patterns.
Nelplenia Patterns, right, okay. So your patterns range from what periods?
We start sometime around the Middle Ages and it goes up to 1940s.
Okay. And so you're also doing some hats here, and I see there's lots of buckles and things like that. And you've also got these wonderful dresses that we see in the background. And they are your masterpieces, really, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
But is that what dragged you into all of this? Was it the dressmaking to start with?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah?
the costuming.
That's fair enough. So how long have you been doing all of this sort of stuff now?
Actually, for over 10 years.
Oh, wow. And you still have fingers. I always imagine
Yes.
that anyone that works with a needle and thread after 5 or 10 years is just going to be raggedy ends.
Well, yeah,
So,
it's all right.
that's good. Okay, so now these are quite extreme garments. As you were explaining to me earlier, there are many layers to one of
Yeah.
these dresses, rather than just going, oh, that's a nice dress, is actually... so typically, how many sorts of layers on a full outfit would there be?
Oh, I think probably the lowest you could go might be 2, 3,
Right.
and up from there.
Yes. Okay. It can be found online somewhere.
Yes,
hopefully.
of course.
To put some sort of internet search on your company name, I guess we'll do that. Have we got that
Well,
in
yeah.
shot? Now, really, this is bespoke. The dresses are all bespoke.
Yes.
That's your top line product line. So if someone wants one of these garments, how long is it going to take you to put it together for them?
It depends on the workload, obviously, but I would usually ask something like 3 months.
3 months. Okay. right.
Definitely, yeah.
And I'm guessing actually you've probably made a few wedding dresses in your time.
Well, yeah, a lot actually.
Excellent. Right. Okay then, Christina, thank you very much for talking to us. I wish
Thank you.
every success with the day.
Thanks.
Cheers. Okay, so joining me now is Dave Allen, isn't it?
It is,
Yes, I
yes.
thought it was. My memory's not so good as it used to be. Now, you're organising this under the banner of...
Pike and Shot Events Limited.
Okay, now we've had a look around today,
Uh-huh.
and what we're seeing is pretty much medieval to Napoleonics, some just about getting into the 1900s.
Uh-huh.
We were expecting to see some First World War, Second World War stuff, but I guess that would have filled the hall on its own, wouldn't it?
Well, the problem we've got is First World War chap is in the Netherlands this weekend. He's normally here,
right.
so that's our First World War. We are wanting to get more Second World War traders, but yeah, we are expanding the show. This is our first event,
Yes.
at this venue.
Oh, okay.
So it's a brand new venue for us, and as you can see, well, the people found it.
Okay, now wandering around, we did see some weaponry.
Yep.
I'm presuming that anything that is projectile weapon is fully, all the licenses and everything's required.
Every trader has a responsibility for the products that they sell. We have a policy whereby we have a restrictive trading practice according to British law. So nobody can sell anything to anybody that is either unlicensed, unsuitable or underage.
Right.
So we provide a full range of weaponry. We don't have any tanks yet, but we're working on it. Although you can buy a medieval tank known as a suit of armour.
Yeah,
So-
well, that's true, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
some of the suits of armour we've seen around here are quite
Some of these
stunning.
people work for the Royal Armouries. Originally, this fair was medieval.
Right.
When I took it on, I started to expand it for the other owners, and when we bought it, we made a positive choice to not have too many of the same product.
And so we're back here again in October.
October the 28th to the 30th, the last weekend of October. Doors open on Friday, the 28th, at midday until 6 p.m. And then Saturday and Sunday, 10 till 5 Saturday, 10 till 4 Sunday. Pikeandshop.com.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, perhaps we might come along to the next one, although it's a little bit of a journey for us. But yes, we'll certainly be telling everyone that if they want anything special, this is going to be the place to get it.
And if you know any traders that sell your type of equipment, please get in touch.
Will do. Excellent. Thank you very much, Dave.
You're welcome. Thank you.
See you soon.